If you're suffering from stomach or colon pain, bloating, and bad digestion, you might be suffering from ulcerative colitis. This digestive condition is exactly what its name implies. It's the formation of ulcers inside your colon and intestines. Now, as horrible as it might sound, it's of extreme importance that you learn how to recognize these symptoms before, obviously, this condition gets out of control. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal the top signs you might be suffering because you have ulcerative colitis and how to treat it naturally and effectively. Hey guys, Dr. Gus here, naturopath, acupuncturist, conventional doctor, and founder of drlandivar.com. In this channel, as a conventional doctor, treat my patients through natural medicine before recurring to the use of pharmaceutical drugs. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing and press that bell down below to see notifications and be the first one to watch a new video. If you need online appointment quality supplements for your disease, visit drlandivar.com and stay till the end of this video. I'm going to share some tips and video links related to this topic. Have you ever wondered why there's so many people suffering from detrimental digestive conditions, including, for example, ulcerative colitis? How could this not be true if we're eating literally junk food all the time? Think about it. Even those who think they're eating 100% healthy can come across genetically modified grains, pesticides, or even toxins. Knowing how to recognize the symptoms of conditions that include ulcerative colitis can literally save your life. There's literally no worse sensation than having to run directly to the bathroom, experiencing diarrhea, pain, and bloating, and not knowing what you have. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal the top signs you might be suffering from ulcerative colitis and how you can treat it naturally and effectively. Number 1, abdominal pain. Notice the first and most common symptom is abdominal pain, not stomach pain. There's a difference, and this slight difference is very important. Ulcerative colitis is basically an inflammatory bowel disease, meaning it's in the colon and causes inflammation, ulcers all through that digestive tract. It usually affects the innermost lining of the large intestine, meaning the colon and the rectum, both the last portions of this digestive tract. Now, the pain symptoms usually develop over time rather than suddenly because obviously the ulcers that are being formed do not form from one day to the next. Now, colitis is a chronic disease characterized by the inflammation of the inner lining of the small and the large intestine. This inflammation over time can lead to the formation of ulcers, the loss of blood supply to the colon, and ultimately perforation of the intestines if you do not treat it before it's too late. If you're experiencing pain all of a sudden, or even worse, pain that doesn't go away over time, maybe a couple weeks or months, you have to be careful. If at any point in this video you need supplements that you can use to improve this intestinal disorder, any intestinal condition, including ulcerative colitis and more, look for GI Balance, D-Enzymes, and Probillion from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 2, sporadic diarrhea. Most people with ulcerative colitis are more prone to experiencing diarrhea and urgent needs of bowel movements. And if you think about it, this actually makes a lot of sense. You see, ulcerative colitis is basically the aggression of our own immune system, our defense system, against the walls of our intestines. This aggression produces pain and irritation to the intestinal wall, which the body later responds to with diarrhea. This pain can sometimes be stronger on the left side due to the last portion of the colon and the abdomen. So you have to be alert. And if you see diarrhea appear from time to time, especially without any explanation, this might be due to ulcerative colitis. The best way to improve it, or the best way to treat it, is done by reducing the exposure to inflammatory foods. Inflammatory foods, start taking supplements, maybe reduce the inflammation within with some type of natural treatment you can use. If you need something natural and effective that you can use to reduce inflammation, look for CurQ Health and Metathyroid from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 3, you might have episodes after consuming certain foods. Food is a critical part of our health, and today we know this. Back in the day, if you said it, everyone would deem you were whack. And it's not true. I have to battle every day against my colleagues that think that food has nothing to do with being healthy. And believe me, I've heard a cardiac surgeon tell me that patients had no relationship with food, with their circulatory health or cholesterol and triglycerides, believe me. And how can this be possible? It's not. We already know that food is an essential part of our health. And the same thing happens with foods that trigger ulcerative colitis. Foods including, for example, fatty and greasy foods, spicy foods, high sugar foods, caffeine, alcohol, and even carbonated drinks and beverages are all known for triggering symptoms. Now, obviously, you have to watch out for other foods that may have that same effect. Other foods might include milk, cheese, dairy products, sometimes even nuts, walnuts, and almonds that we deem healthy. This will all depend on the type of person you are and the symptoms you have. The best way to rule out any food you might be consuming that is dangerous to you is done by an elimination diet. You basically eliminate one of these foods at a time and you observe what small changes that might bring. If you see a positive change, then obviously that food might be the cause of your symptoms. Number 4, painful and swollen joints. You might be asking yourself, what in the world do painful and swollen joints have anything to do with ulcerative colitis? After all, our joints are not found inside our abdomen. Well, believe it or not, arthritis, otherwise known as inflammation of the joints, is the most common extraintestinal complication of irritable bowel diseases. It may affect, for example, as many as 30% of people with ulcerative colitis, and once again, has everything to do with your immune system. This is why many times you'll find that eating a piece of red meat can trigger joint pain. Maybe even milk, cheese, processed foods, and others can be a causing factor. You have to be really careful with what you eat. Ulcerative colitis can trigger pain in other areas of the body. If you need something effective you can use against joint pain, swollen joints, and other painful conditions in your body, look for Bone Ultra, Extra Flex, and Kirku Health from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 5, bloody stools, malnutrition, and anemia. Well, obviously, if you're not being able to absorb the nutrients you're taking in, you'll ultimately see malnutrition at some point or another. Ulcerative colitis produces ulcers, obviously, hence its name, ulcerative colitis. This means that the blood you have may be lost during digestion. Depending on where you have these ulcers, you might see red blood stools or even stools that come out with black or blackened color. Now, if you're losing blood, this means that over the course of several months or years, you might start to experience anemia and malnutrition. Your intestines will be unable to absorb and digest your food properly, ultimately leading to all sorts of vitamin deficiencies, blood loss, and whatsoever. So ulcerative colitis is no joke. And if you feel that you have any of these symptoms, you have to get yourself checked and see what you can do to resolve the problem before it's too late. Change your diet, start taking supplements, reduce inflammation within your body, and do everything in your power to help it go away before your ulcers become too big to control. And help out the channel by giving us a thumbs up and share with your friends and family. And if you have any questions, leave your comments down below and I'll be happy to assist you. If you need quality supplements for your disease or line an appointment with Landivar.com and check out these other videos where you take supplement information that might prevent a serious health condition in the future. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you soon.